NASA received a signal from a place no human has ever reached. It wasn't a greeting. It was a warning. Viral opening hook's first 10 seconds, a mission that refused to end when Voyager 2 was approved in the early 1970s. Engineers imagined a mission measured in years. At the time, spaceflight itself was still young. Computers filled rooms. Memory was scarce. Reliability was a gamble. Voyager 2 was originally part of a project called Mariner Jupiter-Saturn, and its goals were clear and limited: fly past the outer planets, collect data, and send it home. No one expected it to still be working more than 40 years later. Launched in August 1977, Voyager 2 rode a rare cosmic alignment, a once-in-a-lifetime configuration of the outer planets. Using gravity like a slingshot, the spacecraft leapt from one giant world to the next. It revealed violent storms on Jupiter, intricate rings around Saturn, tilted magnetospheres at Uranus, and supersonic winds on Neptune. Each encounter reshaped planetary science. Then, quietly, something changed. The planets fell behind. The instruments kept running, and Voyager 2 continued outward into territory no spacecraft had ever explored. The boundary no one can see. There is no sign in space announcing the end of the solar system. No wall, no gate, no sudden darkness. Instead, there is a boundary you can only detect if you know what to measure. The sun constantly releases a stream of charged particles known as the solar wind. Over billions of kilometers, this wind inflates a vast bubble around our system called the heliosphere. Inside it, radiation levels are relatively calm. Outside it, the galaxy presses in. For decades, Voyager 2 traveled inside this invisible shield. Then, in November 2018, its instruments recorded something strange. Solar particles dropped sharply. Cosmic radiation spiked. Magnetic pressure increased. Voyager 2 had crossed the heliosphere's edge. It had entered interstellar space. Humanity has looked up at the stars for centuries, wondering what lies beyond our space and whether or not we are completely isolated in the universe. Telescopes gave us glimpses from a distance, but they were never sufficient. Therefore, we built machines able to travel and leave one's home into the uncharted. Two of them outshine the rest: Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. More than 4 decades after traversing space, one of these legendary probes remained silent for months. And when Voyager 2 finally returned the call home, it wasn't just a technical check-in. It was a message from a location nothing made by humans was ever intended to reach. Tonight, we will investigate what Voyager 2 really discovered after crossing beyond the outermost part of our solar system where it came from, and why its data is pushing scientists to reconsider what exists beyond. Voyager 2 was never meant to keep speaking with us. Originally known as Mariner in the 1970s, its Jupiter-Saturn mission was designed for years rather than decades. Yet here it is, more than 40 years later, still operating far beyond any expectation NASA ever had. Launched in September 1977, Voyager 2 took advantage of a rare gravitational alignment of the planets, using them as a cosmic slingshot to reach the giant planets. This single opportunity gave us our first close-up views of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, revealing storms larger than Earth, active volcanism on distant moons, and planetary systems far more complex than anyone imagined. However, the true surprise came after the mission quietly transformed from planetary exploration into something far deeper. Voyager 2 did not stop at the outer limits of the planets. It continued onward. There is no visible border marking the end of the solar system. Instead, there is an invisible boundary known as the heliosphere, a vast bubble created by particles flowing outward from the sun. For decades, Voyager 2 traveled inside this protective shell, shielded from the hostile environment beyond. In November 2018, everything changed. The probe detected a dramatic drop in solar wind particles, alongside a sharp increase in high-energy cosmic rays coming from outside the solar system. At the same time, it measured stronger magnetic pressure pressing inward. These signals meant only one thing: Voyager 2 had entered interstellar space. This was not empty darkness. It was a hostile region filled with charged particles, radiation, and forces powerful enough to show us just how fragile our solar bubble truly is. Communicating with Voyager 2 is like trying to hear a whisper across a sea of stars. It transmits with less power than a refrigerator light bulb. And by the time its signal reaches Earth, its strength is almost unimaginable. After 7 months of silence, not due to failure, but because of Earth-based antenna maintenance, the Deep Space Network responded. Voyager 2 confirmed it was alive, responsive, and still functioning between the stars. That moment mattered more than it seemed. It proved that a machine built in the 1970s, running on tape recorders and computers thousands of times weaker than a modern smartphone, could survive one of the most hostile environments ever measured. More importantly, it confirmed that Voyager 2 was delivering real data from beyond the sun's influence, information from a region humanity cannot yet reach. What Voyager 2 has revealed is unsettling in its simplicity. Outside the heliosphere, radiation is far more intense than anything observed within our solar system. The sun's protective bubble shields every planet, spacecraft, and living thing here. Beyond it, that protection disappears. Voyager 2's measurements show that space between stars is not still or empty. It is active, aggressive, and unforgiving. The implications are profound. Future human exploration of other star systems will face dangers we are only beginning to understand. Voyager 2 reminds us how rare and fragile our cosmic refuge truly is. Voyager 2 is more than an explorer. It is a warning signal, quietly transmitting the truth about what waits beyond the sun's protection. One of the most astonishing aspects of Voyager 2 feat story is not where it is, but how it still functions at all. Its onboard computers have less memory than a single modern image file, yet they continue operating flawlessly. Data is still recorded on magnetic tape technology, no longer supported on Earth. After decades of radiation exposure, extreme cold, and total isolation, the system endures. This raises an uncomfortable realization: human-made technology can survive environments once thought instantly fatal. Interstellar space may be harsher than expected, but it is not inaccessible to machines, and perhaps not entirely unreachable for humans. Voyager 2 also carries a unique artifact, the Golden Record, engraved with images, music, and greetings from Earth. It is not a scientific instrument, but a message in a bottle cast into a cosmic ocean. As Voyager 2 moves deeper into interstellar space, that record grows in meaning. It will not communicate forever. One by one, instruments are shut down to conserve power. Eventually, the radio signal will fade. When that happens, Voyager 2 will continue onward, in silence, carrying Earth's voice into regions of the galaxy we will never see. Silence does not end the mission. It simply ends the conversation. Voyager 2 will drift for tens of thousands of years, passing stars long after civilizations, including ours, are gone. Its journey will persist even after we stop listening, and that may be the final lesson. Exploration does not end when communication stops. Our influence can extend far beyond our lifetimes. The messages we send into space may outlive us all. Voyager 2 did not physically turn around, but its signal did, and what it brought back was clarity. Beyond the sun's reach, the universe is real, active, and unforgiving. Any civilization that hopes to venture there must be ready.